Om Shanti. So this Murli was spoken on 6th of November 1987, and the title of this Murli is The Way to Become a Constant Server is to do 4 types of service. The way to become a constant server is to do 4 types of service. So today the world benefactor, world server father is looking at all his cooperative world server children. Together with each child being a constant easy yogi, to what extent is each one a constant server? In your Brahmin life, the balance of both remembrance and service constantly makes you worthy to receive blessings from Bap Dada and all the elevated Brahmin souls. So Baba is saying, it is only at this confluence age and in this Brahmin life that you can receive blessings from God and the Brahmin family. This is why in this short life you easily receive all attainments for all time. This confluence age can be called the special age of blessings, and this is why this age is also called the great age. On the basis of every elevated action and every elevated thought, the Father Himself continues to always give blessings from His heart to every Brahmin child. This Brahmin life is a life in which you grow with the sustenance of blessings from God. With an open heart, the Father, the innocent Lord, is giving you children, aprons full of all blessings. However, the basis of receiving all these blessings is the balance of remembrance and service. If you are a constant yogi, you are also a constant server. Does the importance of service always stay in your intellect? Some children think that only when they get a chance, means, or time for service, they will do service. However, just as Bab Dada enables you to experience remembrance constantly and easily, in the same way, service also can be done constantly and easily. So today, Bab Dada was looking at the chart of service of the server children. Until you become a constant server, you cannot become experienced in receiving blessings all the time. For instance, when you do service according to the time, according to the chance, or according to the program, then as a result of that service, you receive success and blessings from the Father and the family. But that is not for all time. Therefore, because of receiving those blessings, you sometimes experience easy progress in yourself and service. However, at other times, because there isn't the balance of constant remembrance and service, you experience success after having labored. Today, Baba is going to tell you how you can become a constant server and the importance of that service. Throughout the day, you can serve in many different ways. In that, first is, so Baba is telling us 4 types of service. First is service of the self. That is always to pay attention to the self in becoming complete and perfect. Always pay attention to the self in becoming complete and perfect. That's the first one. You have to make yourself pass with honors in all main subjects of this study. You have to become an embodiment of knowledge, an embodiment of remembrance, and an embodiment of dharana. You have to make yourself complete in everything. So serve yourself by passing with honors in all 4 subjects. Let this service of the self always remain in your intellect. This service of the self automatically enables you to serve through your perfect form. However, the method for that is, what is the method? The attention and checking. You have to check yourself, not others. Right? So checking the self, that is the first type of service. The second service is world service, which you do in various ways with various methods, through words, through relationships and connections. You know all of this very well. The third is service of the yajna, which you do with your body and wealth, right? Yajna service. That is the third type of service. The fourth service is through the mind. Wherever you live, you can serve many souls with your pure feelings, elevated wishes, elevated attitude, and elevated vibrations. The method for this is to become a light and might house. From one place, a lighthouse serves far, far away. In the same way, from one place, you can become instruments to serve many. If you have accumulated so many treasures of the powers, you can do this easily. There is no problem of physical facilities, a chance, or of time in this. You simply need to be full of light and might. The mind and intellect should always remain free from waste thoughts. So this is the requirement. No waste thoughts in the mind. It should easily be an embodiment of the mantra Man Mana Bhava. Can all these four types of service not make you a constant server? From all the four types of service, continue to do any one type of service at every moment, and you will easily become a constant server. And because of constantly being occupied in service, because of constantly remaining busy, you will easily become a conqueror of Maya. Out of all the four types of service, do whatever service you can when you can, but don't deprive yourself of doing service for even a second. You have to be a server for all 24 hours. You are not a yogi or a server for just 8 hours, but a constant server. This is easy, is it not? If nothing else, then service of the self is good. At any time, whatever chance you have, you can do service. Because of their body or because of not having time, some children think that they are unable to do service. However, out of all the four types of service, if you remain busy in any type of service according to the method, you accumulate marks in the subject of service, and these marks will be added to your final result. Just as marks are accumulated for those who serve through words. In the same way, service of the yajna, service of the self, service through the mind also have just as much importance, and you will accumulate just as much from any of those. There is the same amount of marks for every type of service. However, those who do all four types of service accumulate that many marks. Those who only do one or two types of service accumulate marks accordingly. Even then, if you are unable to do all four types of service, but are only able to do two types of service, then too you can be a constant server. And because of being constant, your marks increase. This is why Brahmin life means to be a constant server and an easy yogi. Just as you pay attention to having constant remembrance and that the link of remembrance is constantly forged, in the same way, the link of service too should always remain forged. You experience different stages in remembrance, sometimes the seed stage, sometimes angelic, sometimes churning, sometimes heart-to-heart conversation. And although you have different stages, you count that as constant remembrance in the subject of remembrance. In the same way, let there be these different forms of service, for life without service is not a life. Let there be remembrance at every breath and service at every breath. This is called balance. Only then will you continue to constantly have the experience of receiving blessings at every moment. And the sound that will constantly and naturally emerge from your heart is that you are being sustained with blessings. You are flying with blessings with the experience of the flying stage. You will become free from laboring and battling. You will become free from the questions what, why, how, and always remain happy. You will continue to constantly experience success as your birthright. I don't know what will happen. I don't know whether there will be success or not. I don't know if I will be able to continue in the future or not. When these thoughts of I don't know are transformed, you will experience the stage of a Master Trikaldarshi. That means you know everything, right? You will constantly have the faith and intoxication that victory is already guaranteed. These are the signs of blessings. Acha, to all the constant yogi, constant server, elevated souls, to those who are always Trikaldarshi and experience the right of success, to the elevated, constantly happy and contented souls, to the children who experience blessings at every second, love, remembrance, and namaste from Bab Dada, the bestower of fortune and the bestower of blessing.